to kill people, then be able to now save some people. We have to balance it, right? So ethics is very, very interesting, and it's something that you should pay attention to in your
Thank
research.
you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, there's another important aspect too that I still want us to talk about, but not really deeply. And I don't know that one and plagiarism. I don't know. Just tell us briefly what plagiarism and how do we need to take note about that, especially for students that they will go and take somebody's book and do copy, and or people that will go on internet and do for copy and paste. Just tell us something about plagiarism.
All right, I think maybe some months back, I posted on Research Resource Hub pages that if you steal from an author, if you steal from one person, it's plagiarism. You just write up Olajumoke Ojeleye's words. It's plagiarism. You just write it without crediting me. It's plagiarism. But if you steal from many, it's research. And there's a way you steal from many. Yes, I said that. There's a way you steal from many. What they're just trying to say about plagiarism is that you can use people's words, you can use people's explanation, you can use people's everything, but you must credit the source. I have some images in my research workbook inside, and I had to credit the source. You post a picture, you pick it from Google image, you must look for the source. You don't own it. Even people post people's videos on their page and they credit it. You do that, Mr. Adams. You tell us source, and that's plagiarism. It's a criminal offense. There was a time in Nigeria, in the University of Ibadan. I remember when I was doing my master's program there. They brought out a memo or newsletter, whatever it is then. And they, as a university, they wanted to take a stand on plagiarism. And when they brought out that notice, and of course, that was when they wanted to start taking plagiarism serious. That was around 2012. I can't remember, 2013, 2014, I can't remember precisely. But the university wanted to take a stand on plagiarism. That what are we going to do to people who we find out that they are plagiarizing? Or how do we deal with the plagiars, the plagiarism? How do we handle plagiarism issue in our university? And so they brought out the position paper to say that lecturers or any lecturers, I think it was really against lecturers then, and they said that it was going to be conviction. I can't remember. They put out all the information. So don't say that it's not in Nigeria. Institutions are taking people up for plagiarism. You cannot use someone's work without referencing them. It's something fundamental that you do throughout the research process. Research is very, it's a lot of work. You are going to read so many things. You are going to encounter so many things. You are going to read blogs. You are going to read discussion forums. You are going to see virtual platforms and all of that. So you must be able to track all of these things because it's a very strenuous process. They are referencing tools that have been designed to help you track your work as you go along. One of the trainings that we are hoping to float very soon, like very soon. We've done it, but we've not done it. We're taking it to the next level. Is managing plagiarism. Using referencing softwares. That's one of the trainings that you should look out for in Research Resource Hub very soon. How to use referencing software. We have different types. We have Zotero, we have Mendeley, and all of that. So it depends on the one that is available in your setting, in your community, or in your country, or if you want it on a free basis. Some of these things are not cheap. So if there's a free one that you can find, why not? You can use it. So what should you reference? You should reference quotes. Even quotes. I have a lot of quotes, beautiful quotes that will motivate you to start a particular chapter in all the chapters in this research workbook, and I had to reference them. In fact, there was a time I was if you know why it took me to get the author of a particular quote, because I was like, oh, is he unknown? Because people were quoting it a lot, until I put in the work to find out that there was an author of that quote. There's an author of that quote. So you should quote quote from another person, you should reference it. When you paraphrase, sometimes you change the word. You use English grammar to change an idea. When you finish using that English grammar, you know what? Credit the source. Credit the source. Otherwise, you'll be accused of plagiarism. When you use statistics of work in your work that you obtain from other sources, statistics, you credit that source. When you use tables, figures, diagrams, checklists, and all of that, you credit the source if it's not you that designed it. And I did that consistently in this workbook, just to show an example to people that in research, you cannot but credit. When you use controversial facts, opinions, you reference it. You credit the source. You credit the source. You credit the source. But you can go online, find out how to use some of these reference managers. We have different types of it. So you can just check. You can just Google reference managers, and you'll find out one that you can learn of. But we are hoping to float a training very soon from Research Resource Hub on how to use reference managers.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, we are coming to the end of the show, and we still have, we are almost close to 1 hour that we've been on live and direct. So, but we just have to take just one last question before we wrap it up. Now, after all this thing, there is another important aspect that is very important, especially even when you are submitting papers or even writing a full research as well. That is the abstract. I know there are a lot of information on abstracts, but please just in 2 or 3 lines, if possible.
Even our viewers can tell you that abstract is easy. Actually, there's a skill, there's a how. There's a skill, there's a how to write abstract. And honestly, if anybody is telling me that he or she is about to write an abstract, I'm very excited for the person, because it means you have really come a long way and you're about to summarize everything that you had done. And the thing about abstract is that it's a summary. When you write executive summary of your work, some of you'll have done a research of 150 pages, 200 pages, or I don't know, depending on the level of study, because each level of study have the expectation, undergraduate, masters, PhD, and all of that. They have expectations. So when you're about to write your abstract, you are trying to summarize towards everything you did in like 100 pages, 150 pages. And that means that there's a skill to writing a powerful abstract. Powerful abstract because you want an abstract that when someone picks, wants to go look for the full text. So when I read your abstract, I will take a decision whether I want to waste my time on your 100 pages or I have to just go and search for that paper. So when I'm also working and I see abstract, because when you're doing your literature review, that's the first thing you look out for. You must have a skill. We listed it under our literature review in the research workbook. There must you must have ability to use indexes and abstracts. When you see an abstract, there are things you look out for quickly to determine, am I getting this paper or I am not getting this paper? So your abstract is that document that sometimes 100 words, they ask you for 100 words. Sometimes they ask you for 150 words. Sometimes 300, 350 are the most for most studies that I have, most journals that I have seen. So that abstract is very important. You want people to read your work. The joy of every researcher is to push your work out there and to ensure that people are reading it. You understand? So abstracts contains your introduction. What method did you use in that research? What did you find? And what were your recommendations? Very simple. What was the research question you wanted to solve? Which method did you use in answering that question? What did you find in the research and what are your recommendations? It's just very straightforward. And we have a template kind of that we put in this workbook on how you should write your abstract. Very easy.
Thank you. We are actually coming to the end of the show. I would like to thank my guest. Oh la la, she's been on the hot seat and you can see she's been vibrating for almost like really 1 hour now. Very hot. You can see that you can, some of you that you are now watching now, that you are live with me, you can see one of the reasons I have to do the previous video, the last video that I did. You can see that now there are a lot of things that we can learn from this aspect, and you can see even the person that is giving us this knowledge. You can actually, from your own end, just try to, how do I put it, analyze her and see that, does she have what does she have what it takes to give me what I want? Can she give me what I want? It's left for you now to decide. It's left for you now to agree whether yes or no. And that is why I will encourage you, just even just attend one lecture class. And you come back to me and tell me, Mr. Adam, come on, oh, you messed up. No, 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 she didn't do well. Or you will come back and tell me, thank you for telling me. I've been waiting for this opportunity.
Okay, so Mr. Dams, let me quickly mention, thank you for that video. I watched the video and I was like, woo, what are you doing? All right, so thank you. But the truth about it is that our virtual classes have always been very interesting. I always look forward to it. So yes, I like to teach. I like to pass knowledge. Not just I like to teach. I like to help people understand the missing link. I don't like people to be in ignorance, because ignorance is just a thief, So I always like to help people. Yes, that's how I like to help.